I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
I'm going to share with you a really private matter, but I thought I would bring this up because I think it's very necessary to talk about it. Okay, it's a very private, personal matter. I thought whether I should share, shouldn't share, but then I decided, okay, I will share. Now, yesterday, for those of you who know, I'm very particular about my things, my computer. I keep it very clean. Like if I buy a new iPhone, I'll spend at least another, I might spend another $200 just to bring a really worthwhile casing. So I really take care of my things, okay? Like my motorbike and all that. I give it to the actual original Honda showroom, original parts. Even if they have to spend 40-50% more, I'll pay. I really take care of my things, okay? And that is why I don't allow my baby to come in my room and take out my things and all that. So now, yesterday night, when I just came out of the room, I've bought this new lower back machine. It's a curved kind of thing with spikes. It's plastic, thick plastic. And you put it on your lower back to reduce the pain, okay? And you do exercise, stretches and all that. So I bought this thing. And it's nice. Many times my baby takes it to sleep on it and this and that, whatever. So I came out of the room and I could see my baby taking a pencil and jabbing that and making holes on it. And I saw that, and then to my utter shock and surprise, I saw my wife over there allowing the baby to stab and make holes in this, okay? So the baby is making holes and my wife is allowing the baby. She's sitting with the baby. The minute I saw that, I immediately, what the fuck is this, I straight away asked. It just blurted out, what the fuck is this? Because you're fucking destroying a brand new thing that I bought, even if it's old. It's something to be used. You don't take, it's like, for example, let's say you have a laptop. Would you give it to your baby to just pull out all the key slots? Would you allow the baby to stab it? Or she was fucking destroying it. So I said, what the fuck is this? And my wife said, oh, this is just plastic. Now, at that time it didn't register, but I lost it. I was like, I told my wife, are you fucking stupid? I straight away told her, are you fucking stupid? I paid money for this. This is something that I use. This is not to bloody stab. Immediately I told my wife, she sells these second-hand dresses which are, 50 baht, or which is hardly like $50 or something. I said, okay, what if, baby took and made holes in that? Would you like it? She said, no. I was still fuming really, really bad. I took this thing, I went in, I closed the door. I didn't want to talk to her. And then obviously she did come in, but I didn't want to talk. Now, there were many things I could have done and many thoughts that did come to my mind. As I was angry, when I went to the kitchen, I could have taken something and thrown it on the ground. I could have, had it been me 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, I would have taken maybe her dress, taken a pencil and, made some holes in it and said, okay, now how do you feel? Or I would have taken a knife and just cut through a couple of dresses that she has bought to sell, that she stitched. I could have done all these things. And I'll tell you, I know that you'll say that, Loy, that's not right. But when you're angry, you don't think about all this. And I was really pissed. I was really irritated. I wanted to do, these options were coming in my head, or scream at my wife and, make her feel more like shit or lecture her. There were many options that were coming in my mind. And when I'm angry and I can't sing, I just go off to sleep. So I was really pissed off. My head was throbbing. I went to sleep. I woke up this morning and still all these things are there. And I was like, okay, how do I teach? No. Still, my baby's screaming. She has this habit of trying to get attention by screaming. So I was still thinking, how do I teach her a lesson? Teach her a lesson means not like, oh, get back at her. Means to make her realize the pain. So I thought maybe I'll show her a dress and, make holes in it, one dress. Or tear one dress and make her feel the pain. Or another one was ask her, should I make a hole and make her realize this? Or give baby a pencil and let baby stab right in front of her and show her. So various options were coming in my head. Okay. Now, what have I decided? I've still not decided. Okay. But the part I want to share with you is, it's very easy for me at this stage of my life to abuse the power that I have. I have the power because I'm the head of the family. I have the money. I'm the one who's earning. She's just a housewife. Even with the baby, I can abuse. I can. And I don't need to put this on social media. I don't need to talk about it. In fact, after I do, if in case, let's say, I do rip her dress or do something stupid, she's not going to tell anyone. She's just going to take that pain and lock it in her heart. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm a saint. And I don't care whether you say I'm a good guy, a bad guy. I don't give a flying fuck to that. But I will share with you my thought process so you understand what I'm trying to tell you. See, when I was small, my stepfather, he had the same power that I have today. He felt invincible. There was no social media. Nobody would talk about it. And he used and misused and abused that power. He beat me like a fucking dog. He hit me till the point blood used to come out from my, right from my feet all the way to my face. This Arab cane, which is a rubbery cane, like a bamboo cane. It is rubbery. It goes like a, like a wire. Until it used to break completely. And it's not like if you whip someone, it breaks. If you whip someone full force, it will not break. You have to literally keep hitting it again and again and again and again. I mean, for a long period of time, for it to completely, break. My stepfather used to beat me with that on my body. Imagine a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, until that stick would completely break into shreds. He would break that on my body. Just think, for a minute, think. A small little child. On that child's body, the stick is made into fragments. It will take roughly an hour. Has to remember, 1 hour, more than that. And has to piss straight away, piss down, because that much pain was there. Over the years, as he would beat me, thank goodness for Van Damme's movies. Van Damme, if you see Jean-Claude Van Damme, he would train in kickboxer, that someone would hit him, after he got defeated, beaten by the villain. He would go to this forest to train under Miyagi, and he would hit him with a stick and kick the coconut tree and throw the coconut on his stomach and, bash his knuckle on a tree and become strong. So I used to think, oh fuck, that's a way to become strong. So when my father used to hit me, I used to think, oh, I'm becoming strong. So when he used to hit me, I was like, no pain, nothing. So my father used to get confused. He's like, fucking hitting him, nothing is happening. What the fuck is this? It was mental. I remember those days. And just so that you know, the last time my father ever hit me was when I was, I think, 16 or 17. Razor Ramon of WWE. He had that thing, that hair from here. So I had that hair. One day my father caught like this. He used to cut my hair like this. Huh? So he caught me like this, took a scissor and cut it off. The minute he did that, I think immediately told him, motherfucker, I'll kill you. So the minute I said that, okay, the guy just jumped. Okay, I'm talking like a cat, how a cat jumps. He just jumped and hid behind my mother. My mother was standing there, he was standing there. He jumped and hid behind my mother. And my mother, what? My nickname was Lavi. So, Lavi, what is this? He's your father? He took care of you? What are you doing? Who do you do? And then, okay, relax. Why are you angry? So I just kept quiet. I was pissed. So that was the last my stepfather ever hit me, because I think he got worried that maybe I would hit him back or do something. So anyway, that was the last of the abuse of power. So now coming to talking about the abuse of power, I've seen what people do when they want to abuse power. I've seen it. I've seen it even in gang violence. When I was in Mangalore, St. Aloysius College, I was trying to complete my college. I was always going there to bunk. I remember seeing, there was this guy from Coorg. There was this, he was like a bodybuilder. He was like a model, dark guy. Girls used to go crazy about him. He knew karate. So I think he was an amazing, good-looking guy. He had a great accent. He was from Bangalore or something, I think. Not too sure. I don't know the details. But he pissed off a couple of guys from Bangalore, some gangs. And I clearly remember, St. Aloysius College has this hill that goes up the mountain. And this mountain, they have cut a path so people can cross. So it's like, you can see this road, right? It's like this side is a wall and this side is a wall. So you walk through, okay? Walk through that wall space. So I remember clearly that particular day. Everyone was running and coming to the rail end to see what is happening. And we're like, what the fuck is happening? And they said there's a fight or something. And then we saw from one side, there were guys coming with swords and knives and sticks. And the other side also, they were coming with swords, knives and sticks. And they all came together and surrounded this one guy. Because he was, a karate guy, a fighter, whatever. And they wanted to take revenge because, he was busy flirting with the girls that these guys liked. And not only that, it's like he pissed off a couple of these guys. So they came, and I'll never forget what I saw. They took these sticks, this really thick, big sticks. They beat the fucking bejesus out of him. They beat him completely until he was covered in a pool of blood. You could see the sand become red with his blood. And then to add insult to injury, they took, there was a rusted Jeep. A Jeep, broken down Jeep, its wheels had completely gone off. Huge machine. They lifted that and they slammed it on his legs. They just left it there. And then they all ran away. The guy was taken to hospital. I went to see him. I'll tell you, I'll never forget that. The poor guy, both his legs, below the knee, both his legs, they were completely shattered. He had to have a steel rod with, metal bits put, because his legs was completely shattered. And you could see his open flesh. And fuck. His legs are coming, and I talked to him. He didn't want to talk much because obviously he was in a bad state. I asked the doctor what would happen. He said he would never be able to do any sports again, be able to walk. Even if he walks, he'll walk with great difficulty. Forget running, forget sports, his life was over. So this is the abuse of power. So, he had abused the power when he had it, and then people abused it collectively. So the point I'm trying to say is, I can do the same to my wife. In fact, sometimes when my baby girl comes and she touches something and I say no, I say with a loud voice, she gets scared and she doesn't know what to do, and then she goes. So I make it a point to communicate with my kid. Even though my kid may or may not understand, I try to tell her, see, no, this, no. I show her and I try to communicate many times. So it's very easy for me to abuse this power that I have. In fact, my wife's ex-husband, she, I think, married him or whatever. They were together when they were 16, 17, 18 or whatever. He used to physically beat her. He used to catch her neck and pin her to the ground and try to shove this alcohol bottle in her mouth and smash her face and try to choke her. So he abused the power. Now I am aware of what all has happened. I'm aware of the fact of how a bad parent is. Now I wish I could say I have the patience to tolerate all this. I wish I could say I have the patience to just keep quiet and smile, but there's only so much you can take. Like, for example, the toothpaste. I keep toothpaste properly. My wife comes and puts it all over the place. Like, you come to the kitchen, the bathroom sink, and you'll see 2 toothpaste down, 1 toothpaste up, shampoo here, there. I keep everything in order. When I was a bachelor staying alone, I used to have the cleaner come once every 2 days and keep everything perfect. And I used to clean the house with Dettol and bleach. But today the house is a fucking dump. So it drives me mad. So yeah, I try my best to control, but it's hard. So the main lesson that I want to share with you is, it's very easy for me to abuse the power, but I choose not to. And it's very hard sometimes to do that, But have there been moments where I failed? Yes, there have been moments where I failed. I have shouted and screamed and said things I shouldn't have said, which were hurtful. But then I have to constantly remind myself not to abuse the power that I have. Today I'm in a position where I can shout, scream, do whatever I want. But that's not right. That is why I tell people, the true character of a person is not when he goes through tough times. The true character of a person is when he has all the power in the world. How does he use it? See, today I'm in a very unique position. I'm not in UAE. So I can bitch, moan, talk shit about UAE as much as I like. But I don't do that because it's not right. If something is not right, I talk about it. If something is not right, even if I may not like the person, I'm not going to speak wrong. See, I deal with so many customers and clients. I have their personal data. I have their resumes. I have their personal address. I've been doing this for 16 years. I can expose a person, do so many things. I have had people who have had criminal pasts. I've had people who have done things they shouldn't have done. I'll tell you some of the most shocking confessions I know. And there are times where we have had fights or arguments. In 16 years, yes, you'll have 1 or 2, if not many. I've had around 2, 3 of them. And I'll tell you, I could have easily destroyed this person's life. Like this guy, after giving him the service, the guy, started going on this mad rampage of putting anonymous stuff and sending bad stuff to my wife and, sending me bad stuff. I was able to track him down. I straight away wrote a letter. I sent it to him and I told him, I'm going to send this letter to your employer, okay, exposing everything that you've done. You will lose your job because it was a multinational company. I knew the HR person. I could have easily destroyed him, but he had 2 children. He, came online, apologized, this, that, whatever. So I could have destroyed him. I chose not to. There have been times where I've really taught a person a lesson And that's a story for another day. But there have been very few. It's like 2 or 3 in 16 years. But I don't enjoy this. I mean, you really have to trigger me to the point where, abusing my wife, child, and sending death threats anonymously, and, going on incessantly attacking. Only then I would get triggered. Others. So, with regards to my wife now, with this one, what am I planning to do is, I will talk to her. I will make her understand. I will show her a demo of her dress and tell her, if I make holes in this, would you like it? And but I wouldn't do anything because it will hurt her. She doesn't have anywhere to go. She can't complain to anyone. She can't talk to anyone. So I have to keep that in mind. And I have to also keep in mind my small little baby. If she does something wrong, it's easy for me to shout at her. But then who will she turn to? Who will she cry to? I need to let her know that I'm her friend. I care about her. I'm not here to, hurt her. So the reason I'm sharing this video with you is, in case you occupy a position of power, whatever that is, whether money or whether you are a husband of a house or father, or in a relationship you have the upper hand, please don't abuse that power. Just don't, because I don't believe in karma and all that bullshit, but it's just not right. I always remind myself the good things that my wife is doing, the good aspects about her, and I'll tell you, in many ways, I'm blessed. I always ask myself, if in case my wife, something were to happen to her, would this bad thing that she did matter? It doesn't matter. Even the same thing with my baby, if something happened to her, So then you realize how insignificant these small things are. This toothpaste. Yes? What you want? What you want? Huh? That's my baby. You can see? Yes? What you want? Yes. So, yes. Yes. So that's my little baby. So anyway, guys, this was my, sharing. Anyway, after sharing, I think I'm feeling a little bit more cool down now. I'll just talk to her without hurting her feelings or whatever. So let me know, what do you think? Do you think abuse of power is rampant? Do you think husbands or wives or spouses or parents, they do that still? And how would you recommend dealing with this? I'd be pretty interested to know your thoughts. All right? This is me signing off for now. You guys take care.